afternoon, I'm Sophia.
And I'm Bianca.
And you're watching the Daily News live from Virginia.
Today's main topic is all about climate.
And I'm going to talk about what causes climate. So, no matter where you live, the weather changes every day. In some areas, the change may be as small as a 1 degree drop, or it may be a sunny day followed by a rainy day. Climate, on the other hand, is a long-term weather pattern in the area. It refers to an average, year-after-year condition of temperature, precipitation, clouds, and winds in an area. Both depend on the transfer of thermal energy and water into and out of the atmosphere. Temperature changes cause evaporation and precipitation. Temperature is affected by latitude, altitude, distance from large bodies of water, and ocean currents. In general, areas near the equator have warmer climates than areas far from it. That is because the sun's rays hit the Earth's surface more directly at the equator than at the poles. Based on latitude, the Earth's surface can be divided into 3 types of temperature zones. The tropical zone is the area near the equator. It receives direct or nearly direct sunlight all year, making climates there warm. In contrast, the sun rays strike a lot less at the south and north poles. These are the polar zones, which have the coldest climates. Between the tropical zone and the polar zones are the temperate zones. In summer, the sun's rays strike more directly. In winter, the sun's rays strike at a lower angle. As a result, weather in the temperate zones ranges from cold or hot. In case of high mountains, altitude is a more important climate factor than latitude. In the troposphere, temperature decreases for every 1 kilometer increase in altitude. As a result, many mountainous areas have cooler climates than the lower areas around. The air at the top of the Chimborazo mountain in Ecuador is 39 degrees Celsius colder than the air at sea level at the same latitude. Oceans or large lakes can also affect temperature. Water heats up about 5 times more slowly than land. It also cools down slower. Therefore, winds off the ocean often prevent extremes of hot and cold in coastal regions. Much of the west coast of North America, South America, and Europe have marine climates. These climates have relatively mild winters and cool summers. The centers of North America and South America are too far inland to be warmed or cooled by the ocean. Most of Canada, Russia, and the central United States have continental climates, which are climates that reach more extreme temperatures than marine climates. Winters are cold, while summers are warm or hot. Marine climates are often influenced by ocean currents. Some warm ocean currents move from the tropics to the poles. The best known warm water current is the Gulf Stream. Cold currents also affect climate by bringing cold water from the polar zones to the equator. A cold current brings cool air, and the California current is an example of a cold current. The main factors that affect precipitation are prevailing winds, presence of mountains, and seasonal winds. Prevailing winds are the winds that usually blow in one direction in a region. These winds move air masses from place to place. Mountain presence in the path of prevailing winds can also influence where precipitation falls. A seasonal change in wind patterns can affect precipitation. These winds carry moisture, which also affects precipitation. And right after the break, we will come back with more information for you.
Are you tired of brushing your teeth every single day, and if anything you do doesn't get whiter?
Yes.
Well, here's the new Colgate Plax Ice. It removes 99.9% of bacteria in your mouth, and with only just one mouthwash, your teeth get brightened in a noticeable way. And here's a gift for you. Bye! Thanks!
You see, for better mouth health, use Colgate Total.
Welcome back. So, I'm going to talk about climate regions. So, the scientists classify climates according to 2 major factors, temperature and precipitation. There are 6 main climate regions: the tropical rainy, dry, temperate marine, temperate continental, polar, and highland. The tropical rainy is always 18 degrees Celsius or above. It has 2 main types of rainy climates: tropical wet and dry. The tropical wet has many rainy days and frequent thunderstorms in the afternoon, which are caused by midday heating. Rainforests are forests with large amounts of rain full year round. The tropical wet and dry has less rain than tropical wet. It has distinct dry and rainy seasons. Tropical grasslands are called savannas. They are scattered clumps of trees that can survive the dry season, and they are plants that survive in the coarse grasses. The dry climates occur wherever potential evaporation is greater than precipitation, may be hot and cold. There are two, semi-arid and arid. Semi-arid is usually located in the edges of deserts. They are called steppes. They are dry but gets enough rain to short grasses and bushes to grow. The Great Plains are steppe regions in the USA. The arid climate receives average 25 centimeters per rain each year, but not every year. Only cactus and yucca are plants that can survive this dryness and this temperature range. The temperate marine receives average 10 degrees Celsius in the warmest month, and -3 degrees to 18 degrees Celsius in the coldest. Because of the moderate influence of the oceans, all three kinds of temperate marine climates are humid and have mild winters. The three are humid subtropical, marine west coast, and Mediterranean. The humid subtropical is wet and hot, but not as much as the tropics. Summers are hot, with much more rainfalls than winters. Ceiba trees, rushes, and pasture flowers grow there. In the marine west coast, winters are mild and rainy. Summer precipitation can vary considerably. Oregon and Washington have marine west coast climates. Because of heavy precipitation, thick forests of tall trees grow in these areas. In the Mediterranean, the climate is mild the two seasons. Summers are warm and dry, and winters are cool and rainy. This climate is present in California, and these areas are most likely to have plantations. The temperate continental has average temperatures 10 degrees Celsius or above in the warmest month. -3 degrees Celsius or below in the coldest. It's only found in continents of the northern hemisphere, because in the southern hemisphere, there are no large areas in rise latitude for this climate to occur. It has two main types of temperate continental, the humid continental and the subarctic. Continental has shifting polar air masses, which constantly changing the weather to humid continental climates. In winter, continental polar air masses move south, bringing bitterly cold weather. In summer, tropical air masses move north, bringing heat and high humidity. The subarctic lies north of the humid continental climates. Summers are short and cool. Winters are long and bitterly cold. There is a huge forest that stretches from Alaska to Canada that has this climate. And the polar has average temperature below 10 degrees Celsius in the warmest month. It's the coldest climate region. There is two, tundra and ice cap. The tundra stretches across from northern Alaska, Canada, and Russia. Some layers of the tundra soil are permanently frozen. They are called permafrost. It can be used to get water. Mosses, grasses, wildflowers, and shrubs grow. The ice cap, the average temperature is always at or below freezing, and the land is all covered with ice and snow. The intense cold makes air dry. Few plants grow on rocks. This climate is commonly found in Greenland and Antarctica. The last one is an island. It's generally colder and wetter than nearby lowlands. Temperature is decreasing with altitude. It's a distinctive climate region. Temperature falls as altitude increases. So highland regions are colder than the region that surrounds them. Now, the climate high in the mountain is like the subarctic, cool with coniferous trees.
Now we're going to take you live to Curitiba with Pietro and Gustavo for more information.
Bye. Good afternoon, Sophia and Bianca. I will talk today about how do scientists study ancient climates. In studying ancient climates, scientists follow an important principle. If plants or animals today need certain conditions to live, then similar plants and animals in the past also required those conditions. Pollen is another way to study the ancient climate. Each plant has a different type of pollen. When this pollen falls, it goes sometimes to the bottom of lakes, and after some years, scientists go there and get samples of this pollen and study, and they see which plant lived there. Today we'll talk also about what natural factors can cause climate change. Possible conditions for major climate changes include movement of continents, variations in the position of Earth related to the sun, major volcanic eruptions, and changes in the sun's energy output.
And I'm going to talk about how humans affect the climate change. Humans affect climate change in various ways, but some of them are so insignificant that I'm just going to talk about the greenhouse effect. Greenhouse effect is when Earth's sun energy is trapped between Earth and its atmosphere. But some of the gases of the greenhouse are carbon dioxide, methane, nitrous oxide, and halocarbons. But when humans create more of these gases, and the gases are trapped in the atmosphere, they trap more of the Earth's energy, suns, heating up Earth really, really, really more. And this is a bad thing, because people think this is just a theory, and they use and they throw carbon dioxide in Earth's atmosphere just because they think this is a theory. But even though the greenhouse effect doesn't exist, the intensification of it doesn't exist, the carbon dioxide still pollutes our air and create lots of lung problems and other respiration problems. Os gases.
Você tá cansado de ter que escovar o dente? Não escova. Fica com cárie.
Acabou com o seu dente.
Paga. Today I don't feel like doing
Eu vou te matar.
Are you tired? I don't wanna. Well, here's the new Colgate play. I think I have a heart attack.
Here's the new Pantene Extreme Hydration in only one wash. It gets your Extreme Hydration in which one, suppose. É bem sexy, sabe?
Rays hit energy. The air at the top of the Chimborazo climates are off the marine climates.
Que foi isso, cara? Vai, climates. Não vai.
Dá muito.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Thunderstorms are freaking.
No.
And frequent. Não sai frequent. Não vai. Participation.
Ô pai!
Calma. Tá, vai.